rolling when you're ready.
We've chosen to call our film Remorse and Regret with our group name AOT Productions. I'm Luke Bowker.
I'm Brandon Ward.
And Shelby Sims and Adele Nelson are here today. Our film is about a young guy who has troubles with his mum and at home, and like his mum is a prostitute, and he's turned out like the young guy's old enough to understand. And the way we're starting the film here, we introduce him, then his mum rings him up, stay out a little bit, tells him the gas electric's getting cut off tomorrow. So, you know, he's old enough, he thinks like he has to do something about it. Then that's our first location. And the victim of the whole thing is going to be called Megan Miles. She's the victim from the mugger. He's actually died of manslaughter because when you mix alcohol and the way she got hit when she was drunk, how hard she hit her head, got put in concussion. And I like what
yeah, so like she obviously dies and stuff. Then the next one just basically just shows how it's like she gets mugged and stuff. So it starts off like he rolls up, he sees her sort of like working out like to get pool money out. So she's not aware of the guy. So then he spots her, so he's like, oh, I've got a chance there, I can make some money easily. And he rolls over, then he sort of like, as she puts it in a handbag, she tries pulling the handbag off her, and it starts getting a bit of a tussle, so he starts getting a bit of shock and stuff. So then he sees like a couple of people crowding around him, then he sort of like punches her, and now obviously like, he doesn't know how hard he's punching her, that she's drunk. So then she obviously like passes out, or hits her head and stuff, and she's on. And then you get there, put in citizen's arrest. So someone like citizen's arrest him. Well, and then wait till the police comes in. You see like the police sort of like a car come round with the flashing lights. So that's this scene there. So you see him at the citizen's arrest, and you see the woman sort of dead. Like he doesn't know he's dead yet, but like you can see that she's like pretty much there, with like the blood on the floor. So then this is where he's getting taken away in the police car. So just when the police roll up, take him away, got arrested, and he's also screaming out for help, like, because he's saying sorry and stuff, because he didn't want it to happen like that, but he didn't think he had any other choice. So he was pretty upset about it.
This is the rewind, what we were talking about. It just rewinds, go back to the first location where it all happened. This is the location we chose, by the way. Just at the church, he sits down and it freezes. Then the next scene is like he goes back to his family home, and on there it says like he goes back to his family home and gets to watch what his grandfather just gave him because he died. And while he's walking to, you know, do the right thing, you know, without committing a crime, the letter is reading what his grandfather, you know, wrote to him. Like, I love you, goodbye. Soundtrack, we've chosen a few gritty soundtracks and a happy one at the end, just to mix up the mood. So when it's aggressive, we've got a bit of aggressive music. Happy when we need the music just to flow, we've got that kind of music. And for other sounds, like Foley sounds, what we've done, well, gonna do.
Yeah, so we like make all the Foley art and stuff. So like, for instance, when the girl gets hit, and hear the thud of the fist hitting her head. When he's like opening the door to go into his house, putting that like watch on the table, so he's gonna hit basically like stuff like that. It's like stuff like that. And so yeah, Foley art. We were going to record it like where the camera is like quiet and stuff. And then
quick visuals, establishing shot of the area to show like how like gritty the area is, what we're planning to do here. But as well as an establishing shot, we're trying to showcase the character, just like so the audience can make up their own mind about him, like what he's wearing, gives you a bit more insight without actually saying anything, you know. But low angle shots like from when the victim's been hit over the shoulder, from when he's looking towards the victim. Maybe any more established shots.
So that's that shot where it's basically sort of like showing you what the character looks like, so you can make your own sort of opinion of him. So
target audience as well, because it's going into schools. We really want to aim at kids and like teenagers who might actually go and be going through these situations. So like if they just take anything out of it, just like don't be so rash on your decisions. Think about it and think how else you can work your way around them.
Okay, well done, guys.
Yeah.
There's things that we don't need. We don't need to know that the woman's a prostitute.
It doesn't say it, just like hints.
I know, she could just be...
Just be a mum who's struggling on benefit.
Yeah, it's just a voice from upstairs. Tommy, can you get some more money on the lecky meter? Go to the post office. We don't need to know the prostitute. I like the idea that you're having... I can see these slow tracking shots of Levenshulme or Burnage, and you've got the graffiti, you've got kids hanging around streets. You're not implying that he's one of them, but this is the area that he's grown up in. The other thing is, I don't think he should hit her. I think in the tussle, she just hits her head on the curb.
Yeah,
because it happens so many times.
Just that non-intentional completely. Just wanted the money, but it's a trick thing, which you can do by...
So like pushes her, like...
No, not pushes her, just an accident by off balance. And that's what you say, it's an off balance, it's a mugging, he wants the money, he wasn't doing the violence. Do you see what I mean? He just
So
wanted the money.
if it was like, or some witnesses started coming over, he panicked, he ran away. That's how we could do it instead. Like, and she like fell as he like shoved her off a little.
Yeah,
Well, no, there's no shoving. All you got to do is a snatch and then you fall. It doesn't matter. You don't, because it show that in the film. If you see what I mean, there isn't any shoving of violence. The one thing again, because we're on a roll here, is where do these onlookers come from then? I don't know whether the onlookers are necessary. I know you're going to do a citizen's arrest, but
it's like it's during the day. It's not like at night or anything.
no, I know,
so
I know.
Like, so obviously just like
Because it's like in quite an open area, and she's with her friends as well.
So
Probably being she's with her friends as well is not going to work, because he wouldn't do it.
No, like she's popped off to go to the ATM.
The backstory, it's good you're explaining it, don't worry, but the backstory will not be obvious to us. These people coming up, we wouldn't know they were their friends, unless you had a great big long story, here's a friend, she's going to Till, they're going somewhere else. Okay?
Yeah.
But where are they going if it's in an open area space, and why didn't they see it earlier? All these things, you know. So keep it very simple, and it's just, it only needs to be one bystander that comes up, because you've got a citizen's arrest in there, haven't you?
Yeah. Just like
so I'm thinking, ignore the citizen's arrest.
Yeah, I think that.
And there's a scuffle. He's pulling her bag. She's pulling
She
her
falls
bag.
over.
She falls over.
Hear the
hits the
thump.
deck.
Yeah, see
He
her on the
runs
floor.
off.
Yeah.
And then you're seeing him in a court in an interview room like a couple of days later, and
Because we know it's been caught.
and they're showing him the CCTV footage.
Yeah.
It's high angle. This is what happens. And we know you did it. Why did you do it? Well, we had bills to pay at home. I had no other choice. I couldn't even sold my grandfather's watch. And then it could flash. Do you rewind to that point when he's on the bench?
Or in fact something like that, even if you could say, I needed the money from my mum, I didn't know what else to do. And then you do your rewind, and that's what you could have done. Then you show the watch. Do you see what I mean? Because I quite like the watch business, because he only had that to sell. But then again, you've got backstory, and you need to have flashbacks of his granddad.
that's why I've got the letter, because the letter basically says what.
Well, the letter is, the trouble is with the letter, is you can show the letter, but you need flashbacks of him, because nobody's got time to read the letter on the screen.
The narrator's going to speak.
It like
So-
over.
Yeah.
So when he's about to sell it, he's like putting it down, and the narrator's going to be speaking sort of like the letter through, like in his head.
Well, you don't need to sell it. You just need the option. You don't need all the dialogue and the footage of him selling it. You just need that. That's an alternative. What have I got that's mine? What could I do to get more money?
Make it look precious to him. Make it look like it's a thought, a really precious memento of somebody. And then the audience will get it.
Yeah, they'll understand that that's the whatever. And you can even do that in still shot flash images. If you know what I mean. So that's your alternative, isn't it? And then if you're going to do that, what is your end shot then? What's your end shot going to be?
I guess him going home to his mum.
Because he didn't do it after
Yeah.
all.
So he goes home and he can like give his mum the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, leave it on a happy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So you're giving that premise that, okay, this was my alternative, which is flash, 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 shot, 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 memory, memory, boy growing up. You know what I mean? You could use some of your own pictures if you wanted, with an older man in. You know, an older man could be, if we've got any, you know, those ones that are undistinguishable, what the child is, who the child is, and whether it simulates whoever your actor is. Because your actor will have pictures of him as a child, if you could use some, you know, that are, he won't mind having there. That's like the growing up thing. Then they watch the letter, and then the end shot, which you filmed, is, you don't need to show the money, because again, that's difficult. But coming out of this will have them, pawnbroker shop, one of those coming out and just looking, putting something in his wallet, and then going in saying, oh my god, exactly. So you've got like 3 different shots there to add on to that, haven't you? Which is resolution, different ways of doing it.
Or, you know, goes back home, we hear a voice from upstairs, "You get the money," and then it cuts to black and
Yeah.
you go, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah, exactly.
Simple.
Yeah, because that's the other better way about whether he's decided to pawn it or not. You don't need to go to a pawn shop. You've just got that resolution coming back through the door,
That works.
which is
really
quite
well.
nice with the door
Mm.
as well.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? You can get some door into it, a door going out of the door, so we know this is happening. Okay,
Yeah,
and then he comes back in the door. I like that idea. Do you?
Yeah.
Or you just suggested that, John, about coming back. Do you think? Do you think it
I've
works?
got a shot in there where it's talking about the door, so like when he opens the door, you see that the door opens to the camera, so it like cuts the camera, then it can cut.
Yeah.
So you use the door as the cut-in sort of tool.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And the door, which is good because it's daylight and it's not dark. The door could be that's just burnt out, and then you go to the next thing, and then yeah, you'd have to be careful with the door that's opening and closing. But it's good actually. It makes don't that make it a lot better?
And that
Yeah.
middle picture there,
Yeah,
I like the anonymousness of it.
yeah,
That's the exact
The
situation you
silhouette.
see there.
yeah.
Of all of
I
it.
do. And you see how that would work is you never actually saw that lad. Is that would work with your archive pictures as well, because you'd never see the lad.
Like, so like when they're actually filming, you could actually always have his hood up.
Yeah,
so
you never
see
see
the
it.
side again, or
Yeah,
the-
you never see it because it's stereotypical. You never see the person's face. Yeah, which again is adding that, isn't it? I think it's a nice image. It adds an extra layer. Yeah, it's an anonymous person.
And then even the CCTV footage, you're not seeing it. Even in the court, the interrogation room, camera can be behind him, so you never see his kid's face.
Well, we probably need to go that far, but from the point of view of the CCTV footage, it must have been. I'm going into the criminal thing again. It must have been identifiable, otherwise it wouldn't be in prison, would it? But I like that anonymity about it, don't you?
Yeah, because then these kids, these target audience, they can put themselves into that position.
Yeah, and the fact that we haven't seen it who he is, he's still going to get caught.
Yeah, like what's it got? What you saying? Like you say, you stay anonymous and stuff. Like, and then as he's running off, that's when the camera could catch his face just for that brief second. So that's why they can catch him.
Well, no, you don't even need to show it on screen because it's the eyes of the police. He's still going to get caught because we did see him on footage and we knew where he was. And this is the thing of bringing in this person, not doing the citizen's arrest, but bringing somebody into that. You know, that shot of this girl on the floor. We know he's dead. Just bringing in a hand that shows that somebody else is there at the scene of the crime, and they would have said, you know, I've seen that person running away. You know, and it would be identified. It's that type of thing. It's sort of like insinuating without having to have it on screen. Does it make?
Yeah, you've got a really good idea there.
You
It
have,
just needs
yeah.
tweaking, just little places, but
Yeah.
it's really strong. It works really hard, the two of you.
It does make it better, like you can keep him anonymous now and think about it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, John's that, and the fact that you've got the shots in there, and you've actually got that door. So bring that door image into it, which is throughout, and then you can show you 2 alternatives at the end because it isn't clear from your PowerPoint. I'm not sure, it's not time to read these. That you've got your two alternatives. It's very clear, isn't it, how you can build that in? Yeah.
The only other thing I'd say is, obviously we can't use licensed tracks, copyright reasons, but if we get a
There's
composer
no
on
none of
board.
them are. Like, I know some of them aren't. Some of them are just like
Oh, are they?
like people made.
Okay, that's fine.
Like they're not like professional made. They're just like standard people.
To be honest, I just saw Crept and Conan and I was thinking they've got to be some kind of...
Just little like on the end one.
So the next stage when you go into it is, instead of saying your soundtrack possibilities, and when you're doing it, it's the theme, the sort of like the tempo,
Yeah.
the tempo examples
It's
of
when
what you would.
sort of slow and dark.
Yeah.
And then obviously like when it's
Yeah.
but then like, when he's doing sort of like the thing that he should have done, it's going to be still a little bit slow because it's obviously sad thoughts is of what him is.
Yeah,
Sort of
yeah.
like him, but it's going to be a bit happier because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's the tempo of what you'd like to give the composer a feel of the music you'd use. That's how you'd explain it, yeah, by using those tracks. Because like we said, we've had it before, haven't we?
Yeah,
You can't use the copyright when people are displaying it into schools and things.
Yeah, so just use that music for emotion in a way.
Oh yeah, no, but you're using the tempo. You're using, those are examples of the tempo you'd feel that you'd want the composer to write for you to fit your images and your style of your drama. Yeah. Good.
It's really good, guys.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say anymore?